Okay, welcome to my channel. I'm Alvarinho, the teacher, and today we will cover the phonetics of Spanish. Okay, fonética del español. So, in Spanish we have special letters. Sometimes they are a bit tricky for foreigners to pronounce. So the first letter that we have is the letter C, okay? C, not C, C. And the reason is gonna be explained now, okay? In Spanish we have two kinds of sounds for the letter C. First one is the strong sound, which is characterized for being a K phoneme. Okay? And the second kind is a soft sound characterized by the phoneme Th. So we will use this phoneme K when the C is combined with A, O, and U, and we will use the soft phoneme when the C is combined with E and I. So here we have examples of a strong C. We have camión, which means lorry, and we have carta, which means letter. We can see the K sound, camión, carta, camión, carta. And now we have the soft, cerrado, which means closed, cinco, which means 5. Cerrado, cinco. Cerrado, cinco. Now we have the letter G, which in Spanish is pronounced G. Okay, it's a very tricky one and we have to understand it very well. I will try to explain my best. We have two kinds of sounds, like it happened with the letter C. We have strong and we have soft. Okay, the strong sound is characterized by the g sound, okay, and it goes basically with all the vowels A, O, U, and the vowels E and I. But a requirement is necessary. When it goes with A and O, it's G and A, O, or U. But when it comes to E and I, it requires the presence of a silent U in the middle. Okay, so here we can see it. Garage, which means garage, and Y, which means cool. Garage, Y. This we can see it's normal, okay, GA and GU. But when it comes to making this phoneme, this strong phoneme with the vowels E and I, we have to include a silent U in the middle. Here we can see it, okay. Here we have guerra, okay, guerra, not guerra, guerra. The U is silent. And here we have guitarra, which means guitar. If we don't put the silent U, we will have different pronouncing words, in this case guerra and guitarra, okay, which doesn't sound strong, they sound soft, and it wouldn't be our purpose. Okay, so if we want to make the combinations of G with E and I, we must include the silent U in the middle. If we want to pronounce the U in the middle, we have to add the diaresis, okay, which are two spots over the U, and with this process we will be making the U sound. Okay, this U in the middle of a G and an E or I, we will make it sound with these two spots. Here we can see examples of it. Vergüenza, okay, not vergüenza, vergüenza, we know it because of the 2 points. Pingüino, not pinguino, okay, because of the 2 points. We can see it here and the difference with this. Okay, if you see a letter U in the middle of a G and an E or I, you know that U is silent and you can't pronounce it. If that U in the middle has 2 points, you must pronounce it. And now we have the second sound of the letter G, which is the soft, and it's characterized by this phoneme h, which is the aspiration phoneme, and it goes along with E and I, okay, without the silent U or anything. Gestión, management, which means management, and girasol, which means sunflower. And we can see how the aspiration is done. If there was an U in the middle of the G and these 2 vowels, we will have a case of silent U, as we pointed out before, and resulting in a strong G, okay? But if there is no U, then we interpret that it's a soft G sound, aspiration, okay? H. Now we have the letter H, okay, which in Spanish means letter H, okay, and this letter is so simple because it's basically silent. So we have here 3 examples. In hola, prohibido, and hasta, okay, the H is not pronounced, it's silent. They mean respectively hello, forbidden, and until, as you can see. Now we have the letter J, which means J. So we can take a guess, and it's an aspiration sound, aspiration phoneme, as we have seen with the soft G. We have here examples: jamón, and jirafa, meaning ham and giraffe respectively. Now we have the letter, it's not a letter but a combination of L, okay, it's a double L, which in Spanish is called Y. And here we have 2 examples of it: paella, which is a food in Spain, not paella, it's pronounced paella, and we have lleno, not leno, okay, the double L is pronounced like an English J. Now we have the letter ñ, which is pronounced like a letter N, which is accompanied by a letter Y, and it results on the phoneme nye, nye. And we can see it here in words like España, which means Spain, España, we can see the phoneme, we can listen into it, and pañuelo, which means handkerchief. España, pañuelo. We can notice it. Now we have the letter Q. The letter Q sounds like a K, but it must always be accompanied with a silent U, and it's only available for E and I. Combining it with A, O, and U is totally wrong. So we have here two examples: queso, which means cheese, and quiero, which means I want. Queso, quiero. Okay, the U is silent as we saw with the strong phoneme of the letter G. Okay, it's the same parallelism, but in this case it's with the letter Q. Now we have the letter R. Okay, we distinguish two kinds. One of them is strong, which is characterized by a vibrating sound, r, 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 okay, like a drill. And the other one is the soft, which is characterized by an alveolar sound made with the teeth, but not as vibrating as the strong sound is. So for pronouncing it strong, it must have some conditions. It has to be an starting R. So as we can see here, rosa, which means rose, and Russia, which means Russia. Okay, we can notice how the R is fully vibrating. Rosa, Russia. Rosa, Russia. Okay, the next condition for making a strong R, vibrating R, is that it has to be double. In words like error, which means error, and irregular, which means irregular. Error, irregular. And it's also vibrating if it goes after a consonant. We see it in words like enrolar, which means to enroll, and alrededor, which means around. Now we can see the soft sound of R, which is alveolar, which is a soft touch with the teeth, okay, not as vibrating as the strong R. We have it in words which have an ending R, like por, which means because of, or lugar, which means place. We don't say por or lugar. We say it like soft because it's ending. We say por lugar. Okay? Now we have an enclisis. We can see if the R is a single R and it's located between two vowels, we obtain a soft R sound in words like para and loro, which mean for and parrot respectively. We don't say parra or lorro. We say para and we say loro. Okay, it's soft. It's enclisis between two vowels. And now we have the case, the last condition for soft R is that it goes before a consonant in words like largo, long, or arco, which means arc. Okay, we repeat it: largo, arco. Okay, it's soft. We don't say largo and we don't say arco. Okay, it's soft. Now we have the letter V. Here we just have to know that it it's equivalent to a B sound, okay? We don't distinguish it. The letter V is the same as the letter B, okay, for us, for Spanish speakers. And here examples we can see vale and venga, okay? Vale means okay, and venga means come on. The letter X is the same as in English. We can see it in words like excepción, which means exception, and in words like extranjero, which means foreigner. The exceptions to this rule are only two words, which are Mexico and Texas, which in Spanish are pronounced especially as Mexico, Texas, okay, with the aspirating phoneme, which is equivalent to an English H. Mexico, Texas, okay? Only these two exceptions. The rest of the words with X are pronounced like in English. Now we have the letter Y. In Spanish is called Y. We pronounce it like a normal I when it ends a word, like in estoy or soy, meaning I am. It's pronounced like a letter J when it starts a word, like in yo, which means me, and ya, which means already. You can notice the J sound. Or when it goes in an inclisis between two vowels. Haya, which means beech tree, and playa, which means beach. And now we have the last word, which is the letter theta, which is equivalent to the soft C. Okay, we have the phoneme th only for A, O, and U. Okay, you can't combine the theta set with any other vowel which is not A, O, or U. Okay, so we have here examples: zapato, which means show, and zona, which means zone. Zapato, zona.